Oh, that's my. I hear that voice. It's familiar.
I don't know if Sigrid told you, but we now have a small camp by new settlers on the other side of the bridge, clearing. One of them is.
Hello, guys.
Is Mr. Priestman?
Greetings.
Something of that sort, I believe.
Ah, yes. Who does with the fist fighting and the bone shield such?
No.
Oh, this different Priestman?
Isn't that your brother? Is it? I don't remember him
I
sounding
am not
like
quite
that.
sure if there's a difference between a priest and a monk, but he talks about his gods.
Which god? The Christian god like the Frankias?
That God be my brother.
I think
There's no
so.
way.
Very strange. How he made past Ragnarök?
No idea.
Well, as long as he caused no trouble,
That's
no
the
trouble
man
of
that calls
mine.
himself Wagner.
Yeah, I see it just that way.
Vulcan,
Oh yes, hello,
Some of us
I found your brother.
Brother Valmor.
Yes, he's here.
Vulcan has a brother?
Yes.
Yes, Vulcan have brother.
Well, your brother's at the meeting.
Oh yes, it's meeting time. Where is
Well,
brother?
soon, yeah.
Somebody say my brother's out here.
Well, he's standing right there with that funny head.
Brother Valmor.
Aye. Haven't seen you in some days.
Brother Valmor.
Brother Vulcan.
It is Brother Valmor, maybe.
It is me, yes.
Well, this is getting weird.
Ah! Ah!
Brotherly love.
I would like to ask to know if one of you
It's good to see you again.
who can give me the key.
It is
to
Brother
the
Valmor!
storage.
Brother Valmor is alive! They didn't lie! Brother Valmor is here!
Okay, yes.
My ears are going to die.
Ah, it's good to see you, brother.
And you.
I don't think I have any left.
I was
Where
told
have
by
you been?
Eula that you was here.
So, do you know, does any one of you know who can give me the key to the storage? I want to put something in.
If you still
So
are
I
living
hear
in
you're
this-
running for Jarl. Impressed, friend.
Oh yes, some people say I make good y'all. So I say okay, if one put name forward, why not?
Perhaps.
Is what some people say. And you know, if people say I always try to cook and be helpful, Vulcan helpful.
We could talk that about in the meeting with that storage thing.
How did brother escape fire?
Well, since you left me behind, I was
Did
checking
not
some
leave
of-
behind, you jumped off boat.
I did not jump off your boat.
Did you?
If anything, I saw you dragging one of your slave girls.
Slave
which?
girl's important.
I didn't know you had a slave girl.
But not anymore.
I believe I stayed behind because I did not wish to leave my people burning alive.
Well, I took care of people that came with me until big storm broke boat.
I appreciate that. If it wasn't for you, Eula would not still be with us.
But tell you truth, I thought Eula dead too.
I see you have been busy here.
Yes,
Hey, Runar.
look as ugly as ever.
Says you, my friend.
Ah, yes, can't get rid of ugly mug that fast.
I'm not the one that got mauled by a wolf like a fool.
Nah, wolf tries to bacon.
Perhaps if I followed your training a bit more, you'd be fine.
Good food better. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, hello again.
And quite yet, I think there are still people to come.
Are you planning something?
An assembly, yes.
Yes, It's time to find out results of vote, and have discussion of townspeople.
Do I need to speak this whole time as well?
So, do you know who can give me the key to the storage?
Who is you?
I'm ordinary. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Poe?
Follow me, my friend. I hear
Yes,
you're one of our cooks.
Yes, I am.
Close the fucking door!
Close it! I'm glad he didn't get his name in the book.
You just learn from bad experience. If the door's open, the dead man walks in and ruins the party.
Happens every fucking time.
Meat is gonna burn. It'll come off. There it is. How strange.
Is it?
Anyone hungry for bacon?
Well, I have some here.
Ah, yes. I put a few on plate.
Are you preparing for midsummer as well?
Because of the pole, no, I just thought it would be fancy having it here.
A maypole inside.
Yes, I have one near fort too.
I do find it a bit strange how you dance and drink one day because it's the longest day of them all.
Well, you do that outside though. At least dancing
still-
around it.
There's always much to celebrate.
Celebrate the longest day.
Longest
that's it.
day, and the next day, and morning breakfast, and second morning breakfast.
I
Lots
mean,
to
yes, if I
celebrate.
could drink every day, I would.
Just need honey.
Well, honey we can get.
True.
We'll find honey soon. Gone up and down and all over, but not found yet.
All I care about for honey is getting that sweet, sweet mead.
Yes, have forgotten what tastes like.
Some good mjöl.
Yeah.
Nothing else is quite sweet Or enough to green. flavor it.
Oh my, what?
Wait, did we not take it out?
No.
Has it just been left in an open chest?
Yes. What is? We're
Oh
fine.
boy. Well, we have some farmers quite a bit south. And we made a deal with them.
Should this be put in safer place?
Probably.
It definitely should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, I put this away.
Don't eat it. Please.
Eat it.
I know it's
eat
sweet,
it,
but
eat it.
remember.
Don't encourage him.
It is precious. We need to attract honeybees. Should not waste.
Aye, and the more we
Don't.
have, the more bees come. So don't eat honey.
Would not do is not mine.
And don't rub it anywhere either.
Oh yes, do that.
Well then. He must have taken a hit during his boat fall. I do not remember him like that. Well, I would say I know what you speak of, but I'll be careful with my words.
Still has a good head on him, though.
So how many candidates are there for the Jarl position?
3.
Alright.
Do you want to know the names?
Sure, why not?
Well, 2 of them is next to you, and the other one is Vulcan.
Okay.
It's Ragnar and Secret.
His name is Siegfried, not Secret.
Siegfried. Yeah.
Secret is a woman's name.
Well, you know I'm not good with my words.
Can be a secret.
At least someone to keep a good mood.
Thank you.
Well, he did find his brother.
Are you cold, brother? You seem to be chattering.
No, not at all. Just humming nice tune. It's quite warm, actually. Might take cape off. Have not found shirt that I like. Shirt I have itch. Make me look like everyone else.
That is understandable.
I would like a red one.
Ah, yes. Perhaps Fletchers learn how to die soon. Different color cloths be nice.
Well, that word has 2 meanings.
I don't think it means the killing part.
Oh, you never know.
So, what is the most giants you all have seen at one point?
The most giants, you say?
Yes.
The blue people giants?
Yes.
I've killed about 5 of them.
No, but I mean, like, have you ever seen more than one at one place?
Only when been running from one and then running to another.
Because this last night at my hunt, I've seen 3.
3.
Yes, and one of them wasn't normal. He seemed bigger and was, instead of blue, he was grey.
Ray, did he also have a club?
I don't remember, I just remember running and screaming. I did
Well-
not kill him.
I would also run and scream if 3 of them win and one was bigger than all of them.
Well, I saw it because he just stood in front of me, but I did not really look into detail. I just saw he was grey and he seemed bigger. Or maybe it was because I was standing at his foot. That's why he seemed bigger.
Yeah, try screaming. That's a good trick.
A lot of you scream. I forget rest.
Oh, and I killed one whole family of deers. It had been 7 deers at one place and kind of wiped them out.
Are we waiting on people to arrive, or are we starting?
I don't know if waiting for anyone.
There should be some. Ragnar, are the neighbors informed? He seems faced off. Perhaps I should go inform them myself.
Perhaps.
I guess. Strange noise.
It
is.
is excruciating. You know what I need? More arrows. If you can make those for me, brother, I'd be appreciated.
What is making?
Arrows. If you can.
Arrows? I'm not one to make arrows.
If you have wood, just sharpen them. Easy.
There's some I have.
Ah,
There's no feathers though, just wood. Wood stick. Shoot from bow. Everyone's so reflective.
wondering the meeting.
It'll be good meeting.
Yeah, I think so as well. How about a tail then in the meanwhile?
Sure.
Who got the tail? A good one.
Tell us the tale of Loki. Who's always ripe.
Yes, I have a tale that is involving Loki.
Hmm.
Well,
That was loud.
one day Loki the trickster found himself in an especially mischievous mood and cut off the gorgeous golden hair of Sif, the wife of Thor. When Thor learned of this, his quick temper was enraged, and he seized Loki and threatened to break every bone in his body. Loki pleaded with the thunder god to let him go down to Svartalfaheim, the cavernous home of the dwarfs, and see if those master craftspeople could fashion a new head of hair for Sif. This one even more beautiful than the original. Thor allowed this, and off Loki went to Svartalfheim. There he was able to obtain what he desired. The sons of the dwarf Ivaldi forged not only a new head of hair for Sif, but also 2 other marvels. Skithbladnir, the best of all ships, which always had favorable wind and can be folded up and put into one's pocket, and Gungnir, the deadliest of all spears. Having accomplished this task, Loki was overcome by an urge to remain in the caves of the dwarves and reveal them more recklessness. He approached brother Brock and Sindri and taunted them, saying that he was sure the brothers could never forge 3 new creations equal to those of the sons of Ivaldi had fashioned. In fact, he even bet his head on the lack of ability. Brocker and Sindri, however, accepted the wager. As they worked, a fly, who of course was none other than Loki in disguise, stung Sindri's hand. When the dwarf pulled his creation out of the fire, it was a living boar with golden hair. This was Gullinborsti, who gave off light in the dark and could run better than any horse, even through water or air. Sindri then set another piece of gold on the fire as Brocker worked the bellows. The fly bit Brock on the neck, and Sindri drew out a magnificent ring, Draupnir. From this ring every 9th night fall 8 new golden rings of equal weight. Sindri then put iron on the hearth and told Brocker that for this next working they must be especially mischievous, for a mistake would be more costly than with the previous 2 projects. Loki immediately stung Brocker's eyelid, and the blood blocked the dwarf's eye, preventing him from properly seeing his work. Sindri produced a hammer of unsurpassed quality, which never misses its mark and would boomerang back to its owner after being thrown. But it had one flaw. The handle was short. Sindri lamented that this had almost ruined the piece, which was called Mjolnir. Nevertheless, sure of the great worth of their 3 treasures, Sindri and Brocker made their way to Asgardr to claim the wages that they were due to them. Loki made it to the halls of the gods before the dwarfs and presented the marvels he had acquired. To Thor he gave Sif's new hair and the hammer Mjolnir. To Odin went the ring Draupnir and the spear Gungnir. And Freyja was the happy reception of Skithbladnir and Gullinborsti. As grateful as the gods were to receive these gifts, especially Mjolnir, which they foresaw would be inestimable help in their battles against the giants, they nevertheless concluded that Loki still owed the dwarves his head. When the dwarves approached Loki with knives, the cunning god pointed out that he had promised them his head, but not his neck. Brokkr and Sindri contented themselves with sewing Loki's mouth shut and returned to their forge.
That's quite a tale.
It's so good. I enjoy tale.
Me too.
Bad Loki.
Well, he is a trickster.
The worst of the tricksters. Vulcan no like tricksters and liars.
So there's a wonder if Loki survived.
Yes?
But, you know, just sometimes I've just been wondering because all these things we see.
I brought friends.
Do they have a tail?
Ah yes, hello other comers. Morning.
Seems Oliver has joined us.
Morning.
Well, he's been here whole time in bed. But now is conscious. Hello.
While thinking about the tale I once heard when I was in Brittany. Better because it was in a foreign language.
There's so many new faces.
So, do we begin the meeting or?
From our
I
side, we
suppose.
can.
I
There's many
think
of us.
will be much more.
Perhaps we should start then.
Yes.
Already.
Do we start the vote or should we wait for that to the last?
Well, what do you mean start a vote? We would rather counting the votes, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean dead. Sorry. Do we wait till the end or do we just begin it?
Well, what do you think?
Well, maybe it's best to start at the end.
I think it's
Another
better to start
excitement.
with it in the beginning because we also have to decide about accounts and whatnot.
Yes, Vulcan agree. No need to delay. We should count.
Right.
I feel like the easiest way to do this without confusion is everyone puts their name on a piece of paper next to who they vote for, and we tell it.
Well, we already did the voting thing. We just have
Yes,
to count it now.
his booth right outside door.
I know, but if there are some in here who have not voted,
Ah, yes, voting for Jarl.
Well,
between
then they
Sig,
have.
Don't-
Ragnar,
no,
and me.
listen. I don't believe all of these men have the proper, what should I say?
If they have joined within the last
Ah,
day or two,
yes, that's true.
they do not know as much of what is happening in town.
I agree. Maybe not then. Stick with what we
But
got.
they are freemen.
Well, let me tell you the counting then. Valkan.
I would agree with him then. Perhaps let them have opportunity to vote.
I say they are part of the
If
town,
they would
so
put
why
their
not?
lives on the matter.
If they ought to be staying with us, perhaps.
Oh,
Yes, they deserve a vote.
Hopefully men across the river enjoy bridge, make much faster to get here.
It is rather well built, Falcon.
Aldwin was big help in making bridge. Could not have done if he didn't keep boat steady. So then men who haven't voted, maybe they say who they vote for, and then we do rest of count. So then when they vote, they don't know who has more or less. This makes sense. I've never met man before.
Well, you have the opportunity to speak up.
It seems that is all.
Anyone else not vote yet?
Yeah. But I don't know.
no
That's the-
voice.
I put
These are
down
the
my
only.
vote, I
Sorry,
guess.
carry on. Alright. Anyone else? Alright. Well. The numbers add up, Sigfrid. Whatever your name is. Sorry.
Then let me count. Valkan, you've gotten 4, although Thorsten Sharon has left our settlement, unfortunately.
Yes. Sadly, he has, and taken good
So
course
I
with him.
suppose that counts as 3. I, for myself, had gotten 4. And Sigfrider, with those additional 2, got 8.
Ah, yes.
Well then, may we all stand up?
Lots of people stand up.
Is everybody yell now?
I heard Mayor Jarl stand up.
Sit down, you fool!
I think someone says seated.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, we
If
can
everyone
say-
is Jarl, then we have not solved problem.
We make big things.
Then we have to
Now
elect
won't the
king.
real Jarl please stand up?
It's
Well,
one of yours.
I misheard. I heard everyone stand up. So yeah. Sorry.
Alright, let's let him speak.
Well, I suppose I would like to honor youth that has voted on me. Of course, I've made my points before, and I shall keep those. I have my plans, as well my contacts to work with. But I suppose now is the time to perhaps find me a council. I would perhaps like to ask which roles the people see fit of having in a council.
Well, what kind of roles are there, so that people understand?
Firstly, our quartermaster. Want to make sure storage and economy as well materials here is well spent. Secondly, we will make sure that we will have a council for the town itself. Want to keep order, just make sure everything is well kept, that people build accordingly, and that visitors have a good time, I would say. Third, a herser, as I would call it. Want to lead the arming forces of this town. Being in the troubling times we have, we should make sure that the men are well armed, as well goodly trained. I will perhaps ask you common folk to come up with a fourth throne that you might see fit.
Well, I for one would not mind taking the role of keeping our men armed. I've already been doing that myself.
Hello.
I think Ren makes a good point, actually.
Aye. What Ren and Malkin both says is true. I suppose a man who I've known well of taking charge and making sure that things are in order as well, these raiders might be dealt with.
Many tales I do know about them, that is true.
Remember, we also went to the woods and talked to the god Freak. You were there.
I've spoken with Frick, with Vidar and Njörður. I think on good terms as well. So, I would be honored to take upon that position. If there's no one having something against it and everyone is in the favor for it. As well as with our Jarl.
So those who doesn't like Ragnar to be the spiritual man shall stand up or be quiet. Seems like everyone agrees.
Well, then I shall gladly be the Gothi of our town. Such man would be called in that position.
Very well. Then that is one council chosen. Now, for the quartermaster. I would like to...
one for money.
I would like to perhaps nominate one man I've known doing well with such. Crisp. He has been taking quite good order of the storage and making sure that it is well kept.
I think Crisper would be a very suitable choice. You know, people, just because it's an assembly doesn't mean that you have to sit here the whole time and be quiet. It's all to your concern as well, so, you know.
I believe most have fallen asleep.
No, I'm here, but do not wish to overtalk everyone.
Same with me. I'm not good with numbers or counts. I'm more forgetting stuff.
Ah, this is the Christian that has come to stay amongst us.
Yep.
I have heard of you, Christian.
But I think, didn't we move on from the spiritual affairs to now the material affairs? But I think since both of us are pretty new in town, we can't really judge the skills of the people required for the next postings.
I think it is best for the Jarl to nominate and see what the people think.
I think the Jarl has to be the one who decides the council.
The people should still have say.
Of course, but I mean if he nominates and the people
yes.
don't agree, then we move on to another.
Yes, this I agree.
I agree with Crisp. He's good.
Crisp is good. Good
Crisp
man.
is good.
Okay, let's move on to the next member of the council.
Good. The third role, I would not even quite know what to call it, but a council of, well, the town itself. Not quite a spokesperson, but one to just make sure everything is in order and well kept. Let's say internal and
Someone that
plan
takes
of
care
the,
of internal affairs? Perhaps magistrate? Someone fair?
Aye, like that.
Vulcan would volunteer himself for such role, have built bridge and fort for all the serving of the people, and have no private home.
I would also volunteer myself, seeing as I was a prior Jarl before this.
A
I have
brotherly
dealt with
rival.
people for years.
So, two nominated themselves. Do we vote, or do we hear the talk?
I have another proposition. Seeming as the roles are not many, but the town is quite large, as well expanded. I suppose having two members with the same role.
That seems fair.
Brother and brother working in hand, thinking alike.
It will come in
With the
handy.
amount of people we are, and the expansions we might be planning. I assume two of you might be needed.
Very well. I like this.
I suppose. I don't think I hate him too much.
Well, I think it's good that we both have the same appearance. It won't make people confused too much when a spokesperson comes along and looks the same.
People will think we never sleep. Still ugly though.
No.
This is going to be fun.
Alright. So, is that decided?
I believe so.
Alright. Spokesperson, Falcon.
Spokesperson also includes that of internal and town planning, as well keeping in contact with our neighbors. I of course will keep in contact myself, but I cannot travel this whole world alone.
Of course. I do not mind traveling to keep close communication.
Good. I suppose then the council is formed.
Just gonna write this all down. So Valkan and Vamor are now the quartermasters.
No, speakers.
Or emissary, yes.
And Chris is now a quartermaster, yeah?
Aye.
Right. Well, is there something else that you would like to bring up, Jarl, or shall we now let hear the people's matters?
Well, if anyone dares to fucking speak, they're so quiet. Aye.
I mean, the main thing would be that we named the place, if it's right with you. Yes, Südermark. Since currently we are at the southern border of this township.
Interesting.
Well, I suppose that is quite a good name, after all. I would like to call the area something anyways. I will agree on it.
Falconhead Fuzzy. Sudermark is another town, or name of Hildreskalf's town to south?
Name of Leedskelf town to south.
Hmm. Has not seen chapel yet.
Yula, welcome.
Come in, Yula.
I'm trying.
Take my seat.
Perhaps when meeting over.
What?
No, come in.
Come in, Yula. Take a seat.
Ah, sister.
I will as soon as I can get through the door.
Ah, yes, is giving big trouble to people.
Perhaps go around the side.
Let me try.
Letting in draft.
Ooh, it's gotten bigger.
Ragnar get mad.
The doors seem to be stuck.
I think it's more our Jarl that is going to get mad.
I already am.
So, Vulcan wish ask. Strange doors. There.
Indeed.
That's only one.
Some of you here come with us when we first come to settle and name place Hildeskalf. Just like the place that Odin watches the cosmos from, because of the great big hill that watches all islands. As we have grown now, we take up multiple islands. And some in the southern side even say they need different name to be known as southern side of Hildeskalf.
I will
Yes?
close the door.
Is it not we become bigger now? Nation. Multiple villages almost.
I've spoken of that once already. With the people to the southeast. Previously, we wished to form an alliance with them. However, I see it more fit to make them join us. Fully.
Yes, if more join us, then we become kingdom, like in Franktia. Perhaps come kingdom of all.
Lichjal Fariki sounds very... Will you close the fucking door and sit down, man?
Try to close the door for the store.
If the doors are broken.
Sit down.
And who said Jarl gonna scream about the doors?
Just do it before he does it in your face.
Keep door closed.
Don't touch it.
Stay away from it at this point.
Don't want to get the Jarl angry.
I think that Lichgal Fariki is has a nice ring to it. No one will be able to pronounce it who is not Norse, but we already have that problem.
But as I've said, I do wish to form this Jarldom. However, I only spoken with one of the men who live there. And I wished to have a Jarl before we actually started proposing this idea to them.
This sounds good.
Now is the time.
I am glad that my vote went in right way. Oh yes, at Fort is room with maps, in case people need to check where things are on the map, is there. But there's also room where you make your mark. You can see all town citizenship. If need sign, let know.
I will need that. So.
So is there no more issues?
I have one. We talked, it's about the storage. Sometimes all the food gets empty. And, just sometimes all food and no food suddenly, and all the heights. But no one knows where it goes.
I believe that is people using it.
Oh, but it goes way too fast. Way too fast.
I suppose either the people are greedy or we are too many on one storage. I've seen quite a bit of uncooked meat in the other chest, but I have not yet checked if that has been done anything with. Perhaps the one cook we have in the room might like to say something about it.
I believe there are two.
Yeah, that, my bad. Are none of you cooks?
I believe Ald Neri, if he's still here, and Vulcan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of fell asleep.
Yes, what is happening? I heard underwater sounds while you talk.
The uncooked meat we have in the storehouse.
The uncooked
that
meat?
Done anything with?
What's about that?
I can bring more meat here and cook up meat that needs to be cooked and put in box.
Yeah, sure. I can cook it too. We can make a little bit of a bigger fireplace, so I can cook
I believe
more.
there was a kitchen that was made by you.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yes, I've built something additional to the longhouse, which shall serve the purpose of a kitchen and brewery.
Yeah, I could cook all the meat and make bacon.
Perhaps sorry, carry on.
No, please.
I was saying perhaps a chest that is designated for specific professions, so that they may get their supplies without newcomers coming in and taking what they need for boats and whatnot, which is not exactly important.
There were suggested guild chests that belong to particular guilds. So they have access to all those items that we need, so that we don't have to wait for a particular person to open the chest for them.
I agree.
And only their names will be on the lock.
Aye. Sounds like a good idea.
So, a
From
guild.
what I recall, we had tried to implement something like this in a cookhouse, but it seems that part of the building was torn down.
And then there was also mention of a community store area that everyone that is a member of this town will have their name on the lock. So, and that would alleviate strangers from coming in and taking our wares.
That we have.
I believe the house across the water is a very good community house for strangers coming by and visitors. It seems to have worked very well so far. We can guide them over to that.
Aye, I see old Scow perhaps would be quite glad in having his tavern being used. That is true. I wished for us to start making houses there so we can prepare for the day when we finally get the equipment we need. We have Yola, then we have Sigurd, as well as Theo here. Aye, him as well.
I am also a farmer.
And Gorm.
I believe Eula is a farmer as well.
Yes, we did mention her.
Okay. Do we have a farm being built anywhere?
We are planning on using the island south of here. It has been claimed as farmlands, and we have made sure that the neighbors who live next to it are well known of it.
There's somebody that has made a home there. He's not taking up much space.
The man sitting to your second left.
The clearing would also be suitable for farmsteads.
That it would. I suppose the man who lives in Sudremark would be able to use it.
I don't mind having a body on there at all times. Whenever he's there at night, make sure no one's harvesting without us.
Speaking of that, under, from what I've gathered at least, informing of the, well, newly proposed Yaldom, some of the men who live in the town southeast are, well, happy to help at least make the area secure and make sure none are there to steal or do any sort of harassing.
Because they checked the orchard supporting us. Or wish to.
I am in well contact with the man in Balder, and I suppose he is one of the, well, higher ups, let's say, of that town.
I think it is likely that bad men may not return, but if they do, they will find that we have 3 times, 4 times as many as them now. bad men come, and we try to fight during their raid, they come looking for Ragnar. We cannot let them have our friend.
No, we can't.
Oh, is there a price on his head?
I hope not.
This I do not know, but remember, a strange man come to fort, asking for information.
That is Ragnar.
No, Ragnar is spiritual man.
Ah, yes, we didn't
Is it?
discuss the training though.
Perhaps I was mistaken then.
Vulcan is good at building fort, but not training men to defend in shield wall. Yes, Einar be good.
Then Valmor wanted to do that.
I did, and then I heard about the speaker role, and it's much easier to deal with people.
Vulcan like dealing with buildings.
Well, unless there are any other men that think they are fit for that role, I would like to nominate Einar.
I believe Einar would be a good fit.
I agree.
If you would go to war, because I just heard someone talking about it. What would be the preferred weapon, or just like everyone what he prefers?
The one you're most able to kill someone with. Though so far we have always kept a good supply of shields and spears as basic arms. But I'm sure that our smiths and craftsmen will also make you any sort of weapon that they are able to make and that are suitable for you.
If there's one thing this town needs, it's most definitely that everyone is well armed and have food at all times. I will not take a single risk towards these raiders having the advantage on any one of you.
I have a question. I
Go ahead.
know many villages being founded by now, but do we know how many is close or nearby to the pine forest? It's more like sooner or later there will be a fight about resources. All the graves and such being plundered.
There are quite a few. I haven't been well traveled south, but I know many of them have come through here. I don't suppose we will be having a short in supplies, but still, I wouldn't not propose that we should hurry once we have the chance to gather it.
Always just thinking about the future. Because right now, we have a good space for wood and hunting deers and such. But when we get the tools, what will happen then? Like on the board, there is something called a course we need to get, but I do not know where to get them except for the crypts, but all of them are empty before you get there.
So I don't know how to gather these cubes of sorts. I believe most of these places have been scavenged quite quickly. I do not suppose we aren't able to trade for it.
Perhaps it's possible, but probably be expensive.
I believe it's not been one day if I haven't heard a story of Iron looking for the...
Talking about again, I'm sorry. I've heard something about cubes.
the cubes that the smiths need.
Oh, yes, yeah, they would be pretty expensive, I guess. We might just send out a little team of about 3 people to search for them.
Do you have his name?
And do you know where he lives?
Yeah, I would say...
Wait, hold on. Did he take any of the cubes we had there already?
About the searching party. I've been sailing around a bit, and some of you might have noticed it by now, some may have not. It seems that the large area we're in, around the island with the lake where we've waken up on, it seems to split in
What?
Jarl?
What happened to
Poisoned
the
the Jarl. Who poisoned
The
the
Jarl
Jarl?
has been
What
poisoned.
happened?
What just happened?
Is the fire? Is the fire?
You have a smoking problem.
Yeah.
Oh no. Who's of you smoking?
Sig, you must eat apple.
The
I
chair
think
is
we have a
dangerous.
problem with the fire.
He fainted from the smoke.
Entertainment, nice.
Perhaps seat is not best place.
Maybe you should stop smoking.
How about we get the smokeless ones? Those magic fires.
I like his fire.
It won't be the same without the
You
smoke.
trade seats to Sig then.
No.
The roof should be tall enough to handle it.
So, where was I? Oh yeah, so it seems that the area we live in, around the lake island, seems to be split in 4 parts, which are all built very similar, with a major large island with tall trees in the middle, some smaller islands surrounding it, partly huge mountains reaching out of the water with snow on their peaks, and some few islands that are inhabited by dead trees and some that look like there's an everlasting autumn season there. I have also found 6 very, very small islands with shells growing on the rocks. Unfortunately, I did not manage to receive any of those, as I would need a better tool for that, I presume. And depending where you sail to, you can also encounter whales and sharks in the sea.
I don't know if I want that.
They're not as bad as the serpents. Oh yeah, there are serpents that are about 4 times the size of our boats. And I would recommend
Tales of them.
Yeah, I would recommend you that if you see them, you try to get as quickly away from them as possible. They are quite scary.
They are killable, though.
I haven't tried.
I journeyed with a friend, and he and some other friends had killed them. The big black ones with the spots, I believe, is what they described.
Ah.
I look forward to the hunt.
Well, I'd rather stay away from them for now.
Your safety, I question. For you are still under my protection, though you live there. But you are free to build as you wish. As long as you have enough soil to farm, I suppose.
I'm gonna assume if crops are gonna be safe, I should be safe as well.
Aye. As I tried to mention earlier, the men I spoke with on the southeastern village have agreed to keep an eye on the farming islands once we can't. I suppose they will help in keeping good care if the crops are to ever be threatened. I agree, Valken. I wish to expand as much as we can, of course, but we need to do it at a slow pace so we can keep in control and make sure that everything is in well-kept order.
I was wondering how we would identify our homes and our land as our own. Is there a particular mark we could use that will help identify that this is our land? I've seen some people put a shield up on their home, some particular style of home. It's just a question.
Well,
it may deter people from attacking if they know the retaliation is going to come from a strong city like ours.
A red and white shield outside your home. That is our mark, and the colors we bear.
I would also say we could use a term to recognize each other, a sort of words, and since there are cartographers around, we could tell them to make a map of the Yaldum so that people from outside know.
I would wish for this Jarl to be formed, but I am in contact with the cartographer, a man named Giuni, living to the west.
But something happens with our color now. There is another town with cannibal people, and they use the same color as us.
There more of us or more of them?
Yes, I do not think we should change our color based on them.
It can be some trouble on the future for the embassy to make deals and... Oh, wait. I mean for the diplomacy.
We can have phrases.
There's definitely more than us, though.
Yep. So we will still have this color.
Of course.
Please.
Someone said a name. They were looking for a name. That's way too long.
Well,
I'll end
that
up
would
spitting
be
at something. At
that would
everyone.
be proper in the Norse tongue. Just
Who the Skulfman?
Klitschgelferman.
His
I'll
Skulfman.
just spit as I say it.
Klitschgelferman.
Well, I don't think too many people could say it. Real Skelferman.
How about if we
Klitschgel
want to identify each other, we just sneeze? It's the same thing.
I think we...
Maybe Bondeland.
Yeah, some phrase of sorts.
Well,
Maybe something about the gods.
Do we all believe the same, though?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, we have a monk, so...
And
He
Hymir is
doesn't.
the greatest of gods. He is the gods of the chefs.
I was thinking about it. It has to be something easy, like by the gods' will or something like that.
These things tend to work themselves out in time. They get chosen just by usage.
Berjas med Heithri. Means fight
We're
with
not
honor.
calling her Furtin men.
So we had to greet each other with binders for Hendry, so we know it us.
Not sure I can remember that.
Hello?
I seem to be...
Hello?
Oh, I'm
quite
sorry.
forgetful these days.
I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
Come in.
What's with the people opening doors and running away?
Well, maybe they're scared of you or that you're intimidating them.
Well, it seemed like you all were very busy, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, if you open door and see army and house, would you not be scared too?
Yes. I-
One look at Ragnarök.
Oh no, the door's broken again.
Yep.
I think we were thinking about a name for our tribe or how we call ourselves individually.
I agree with Volkan. The greeting and the saying something easy.
I will just stick with Litzjalfamen. It's already the case that barely anyone can pronounce our town's name, so at this point doesn't matter anyway.
This smoke is playing tricks on my mind.
Yes, dear, the gun would be red and white.
And what does that mean, Yola? Please tell me.
Yelf, as in last part of our name.
Ask brother. He's the one that picked the name for this town.
I did not pick that name, but I did pick name, yes.
Well, it's just the back part of it.
Hmm.
What does it mean?
Would it not make more sense to call it Skjalfarmen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scoutman, I like that.
Here's an idea. What if we change the name of the town altogether?
And make people forget who we are?
I think that
I will chop
Kaupang
your
would
block.
be a good choice.
Guess that's a no.
Name is good. Salute to Odin.
Then I propose this. The Borg stays the same name it has. The town changes.
That's fine by me.
Not ready. I'm not sure I'm ready for all these changes.
We
The
need to
world will
remember
never
we're now.
evolve without change.
Go ahead, yeah.
The world will never allow itself to evolve without any change. That's what I meant to say.
We also need to remember that we are now more than a town or a place. We are now multiple places. We are many people.
Also, Skjalfarmen would be a bad choice because the Norse word skjálfa means to shake or tremble. And shaking men isn't very
Yeah, no,
suitable.
I did not think about that part.
Aye.
Skjalfarmen. Yeah, no.
Well, every time I've spoken to outsiders of this town, they always refer to it as the name they can't pronounce. It's getting a bit tiresome. They seem to disregard the town just because of it.
Well, I think that Kaupang would be a suitable name, which would mean trading place.
Ah, it's boring. Kaupang. It
Or
is.
Kaupanger.
I don't know. It doesn't sit right on the tongue. But now it is Zid. Whatever.
I know this might be as hard to say for me as it would be for you, Ragnar, but still. We need to admit the fact that people around does not have the same tongue we do and sadly cannot pronounce. I agree with you, this is a trading town and a marketplace, but I fear not many people can pronounce Kaupanger.
Just curious. I'm an outsider, but why not just call it Holm, which means sanctuary?
Holm.
Holm, yes.
Holm
means
is island.
A sanctuary is a Hof. An island is
sorry?
a Holm.
Yeah, and Holm is good for this place.
Well, what if you put those two words together? Hofholm.
Hofholm?
We don't have a temple.
We used to.
Well,
I
we
mean,
know
the
him as
sanctuary
spiritual
is-
man.
Hofholm sounds a bit off.
Although a sanctuary is not only a temple,
No.
but a place of respite.
Which many have came here from the bubbles. They always end up here.
Not anymore. The builder has torn it down before we left our settlement.
If you don't mind, I heard a ship crash outside. I don't want rain is catching us off guard. If I could get out of this fucking place.
Ah, sure.
Hello.
I think we have visit.
Maybe we can. No. A tavern? That is what you have the longhouse for.
Yes, but I need to leave the place to put the gift that he bestowed upon me. And since I like a good drink, I thought of having a nice place to showcase the trophy
There's a
and
tavern to
also
the north,
drink.
the one we own.
Hrun, come to me for a moment. Will this suffice?
Ah, it is a nice room, yes, but it's not built by me. You see, I want to dedicate it. Oh, maybe it will just be my home. But
Well, it is meant for brewing and cooking, so.
yeah, I'll have to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Something with Holm in the name would be fitting, though, I think, for an island.
It would.
How many islands do we currently hold? Maybe something's there.
Actually, we have the one of Ulf, this one, another one at the south, another one at the southeast, more at the southeast, another one, so 5 islands in total.
There's a town me and Vulcan and Eula came from called Blackwater. Because it was by the same kind of trees we get across the water there. Perhaps we could call it that. We are surrounded by water. The land is black.
Svartvatten.
What the fuck is that?
Well, it's
It's the
black
same
water in
usage.
Norse.
Ah, well, I believe we'll have to change things from Norse. Otherwise people will get confused.
But
I disagree.
I believe svart men sounds a bit
Blåmen.
strange.
Blå mother.
Oh my god.
I'm not wrong though. A blåfolk.
Nej.
Please,
I suppose we are.
behave, guys.
Or what? I'm becoming like Blåtand.
I like Eula's idea. We should put a poll down or something to decide upon the name.
Can also correctly translate names if people wish.
Perhaps in the next meeting we'll decide on a new name.
I am intended on speaking with the men southeast as quickly as I can, see if I cannot form this Jarldom at once.
What about the
Perhaps they would
Scots?
even have a suggestion. Aye, them as well. But
What made
I
you
am
speak
unsure
with
where
them?
they stand. Actually, perhaps, yeah, you should talk with them. I am rather hard of hearing to their language. Well then, I suppose we make suggestions in the books out here, and I'll vote for it for the next meeting.
Well, I would have a suggestion for a realm.
Aye.
Austria or Austerland. It means land or realm to the east.
I like that.
Österrike. Perhaps.
And by calling ourselves the people of the East, we get more claim over the East. It's very smart.
As well, make sure the people who are well traveled know where to go.
I like it.
Austria.
And it's very open, meaning we can expand.
It is a well-sounding name.
It's not too specific. You will have to spell it out, though. Got it.
Speaking of that, have we seen a brewer around?
Have we seen what?
A brewer. I'm getting rather thirsty.
There is a brewer to your left. Run.
I'm a brewer, although I have not the chance to brew something alcoholic in nature.
Can you not at
Can you
least
not
make some
make
juice for
just
us?
something simple?
What juices I can produce?
Delicious stuff.
Well, I suppose we all need a drink.
I'm agree with that.
If you would be so kind, we can give you whatever you need, and perhaps you can make some drinks for us. Including yourself, of course.
Yeah. I would not have let me out of that deal. Okay, sure. I know I can make some raspberry juice. I only need some raspberries and deer skin to hold it in.
Where's the quartermaster when you need him?
I believe the the deer skin is. There should be some in the storage. Over 40 pieces.
There is.
Aye.
I have quite a few myself in this shop, which I could use. I do not need trade at all.
If you have additional ingredients, I might be able to brew other stuff, but I need to take a look first.
I wouldn't know what you need.
How about we go to the storehouse Sandhrön and see?
Sounds
We
good.
should probably prioritize the people who need the skin rather than just using it for drinks.
Jarl, may I propose that you put back on your pants?
You see, the one
Who
time I
doesn't
fell
have
off
their
the
pants on?
smoke I inhaled, it has ripped apart the pants I have.
Oh,
So we have a jar with a punch, okay?
It is hotter, in my defense. But I do agree with you, Valmor, that the leather we have should be used wisely. However, we have
Such
plenty
as
to
for
spare.
armor. We do not have much to spare.
Counting for what I have myself, we do.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Very well then.
Let me put an end to this.
Is it that bad to look at?
No, I just, I see something broken and I want to fix it. There you go.
What a curious.
what
Hearing
the-
some voices.
Vid Balders balle, what was that?
Demons.
Einar,
Tell me.
you left this letter here. Who the heck is Oscar?
He's the leader of the bandits.
Oh, Oxa.
Yeah. I was working with Frigg, one of the newcomers who is going to live in Surmark, on the new defense of the port. And he come by the bridge and he don't bring any weapon. He was not coming to fight. He left the message that he wants to speak with you because he is in a great need to meet you. He's
Aha.
probably a tramp.
Interesting. We shall probably speak about it outside of a meeting.
Oh, and
Such
he was
man should
speaking
hang
about
from
you,
fort
Yula.
walls.
What did you say, Einar?
He spoke from about Yula too, and I throw him some things about the arrow that you put on his ass. He was not so funny about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he's in love with you. Be careful, Vulcan. I think we have someone interested on marry with Yola.
Last I heard, those Reading fucks try to get whatever they can from a pig. It seems they would like to use spores rather than women.
And I have heard more things. You remember Nothelm, the Saxon?
Aye.
He has been fighting them since the first day. Alone. He
How do
has
you know
beat
this?
Oxar like 3 times. Because I have heard from Bolun, I think it was, that this man is against the riders, and Vincent told me about it too.
So this man, living on an island himself,
Yep.
working for himself, has gone against the raiders, beating their leader 3 times without killing him.
They want to kill him, but he's not giving them the chance. Because he's always close to kill this man, but he calls for help. So Nothelm has to escape. But he has been so close to kill it. And I have heard that I know like a few of their names. Let me remember. Brutus, Leo, Oxar, of course. And probably you remember this guy who has been letting nose inside of the town? His name was Tim. Tim, I don't remember the surname. He lives in Apple Island. He's or one of them or working with them.
Yeah, I think he's one of them.
Me too.
Sounds to me like most of them are not Norsemen.
And I have heard another name, Hank. And other one, it was Vinar or something like that.
All these names you have, I need on a list.
I will do it.
Is he gonna be alright?
I'll go
It's
escort
Falcon,
him.
of course.
Fucking doors! Fuck it. He'll be fine.
The one thing this town struggles the most with is fucking doors.
Well, it's getting late. I shall go to bed.
You have to know how to talk to the wood.
Rest well, Runar.
That's all.
Vulcan was fine. It was just
Good
a
night,
woodman.
everyone.
Well, I think we can dissolve the assembly. What do you think, Jarl?
I think we have spoken enough. If anyone else do have name suggestions, I suppose you should leave a note in this longhouse.